everyone. How are you doing today? I want to talk to you about transitioning to be a snowbird. And what is a snowbird? It's someone who lives in the northern sections who go to a warmer climate for the winter months. Just like the birds fly south for the winter, people fly south for the winter. So I have a few tips here on what you should do to plan for being a snowbird. I would love to be a snowbird, and so I started looking into planning to do that, right? So one of the things you have to do is you have to plan ahead. You have to get your flight or your transportation ready to go south. If you're driving a vehicle, make sure you get it maintained, get maintenance done on it so it can survive that drive. If you plan on flying, make sure you get your tickets well in advance. Pick the months that you decide you want to go away for. My months would be from December to April because I want to be back here in spring so I can watch my flowers bloom and everything. And to plan ahead, I would plan ahead maybe 6 to 8 weeks ahead of your departure time and decide how long you're going to be gone and what you will need. Make sure you contact your banks to let them know that you'll be gone out of town, and so you'll be using your card in a different state. Check with your insurance company to make sure that you still have coverage if you go to a different state. If you're on, I think, personal health care and things like that, there may be a out-of-pocket pay when you're not in network or whatever, so check that out. Make sure, whatever you do, make sure you pick a place that you're comfortable with or comfortable at. Are you going to pick a place where you can rent it and it's already furnished? Are you going to stay with family? Are you going to be close to your children if they've gone and moved away, your grandchildren? So it's a lot of planning that goes into this, and it's actually very fun if you can get everything organized. And the thing about it, a lot of retirees do this because in the winter months, it's a lot more danger in driving, and you just don't want to be out there in the cold and trying to finagle through traffic and all of that stuff. And so if you're retired or if you have a job that you can work from home, that might be a way for you to be a snowbird. Another thing you want to do is simplify your clothing. You know you're going to a warmer spot, so you know you want to wear light clothes, light material clothes. You want to layer everything. Make sure you take a jacket just in case, a light jacket, and a couple of maybe sweaters in case it gets cold at some point. And just make sure you have read about where you're going. If you're going to Hawaii, Mexico, Panama, if you're going to just stay in the United States and just go south, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Arizona, California. If you're going to stay local or in the United States, that's fine. You don't have to worry too much about getting visas and all of that stuff. One thing you definitely have to do is secure the home that you're leaving when you go south. And to do that, you cut off your water and you drain your pipes so that there's no water in the pipes to keep those from freezing during the winter. You have somebody come over maybe once every 2 weeks to water your plants, just to check on things and make sure everything is okay in your home. Are you going to take your pet with you, or are you going to have your pet with someone else if you have pets? Make sure somebody has a key to get into your home. Make sure you have security cameras that are set up so that you can see what's going on outside and also inside if you can. And just, make sure your utility company knows that you're leaving. Make sure your mail, you can have your mail held for you if you want, depending on what kind of mail you get. Me, I could leave my mail in that mailbox for a whole 3 months and it probably would never get full, because most of my bills are through email or whatever. I don't do a lot of mailing of bills and stuff. Everything I do is online. So that's something you may want to look into as far as where's your mail going. Make sure you turn your thermostat down so that, you know, you're not keeping the heat up too high while you're gone. I think, what is it, 65 when you're not at home during those months. But, or you could just have whoever's checking, just if the house is really, really cold, turn the thermostat up a little bit, but not much, you know. So you can keep your costs down, because that's the whole purpose of this, is you want to try and keep your costs down. Make sure where you're going is not going to be someplace really expensive from what you're used to, because that would just defeat the whole purpose of even leaving, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to go somewhere for 3 or 4 months and I'm paying more money than what I'm paying at home. You know, and the place that you're going to, make sure you know where the shopping is and things like that. And just make sure it's a comfortable place that you can be at, where you can enjoy the winter without all the snow and the cold and traffic and all of that stuff. And then once it's time for you to travel, travel as light as possible. If you can, ship things to where you're going and also ship them back when you're ready to go. My sister-in-law, she has done that for a lot of times. She'll get a lot of things and then she'll just have them shipped back home. And that saves you a lot on airfare, baggage fees, and all of that stuff. And then once you get to your winter home, your new place, check it out. Just relax for a couple of days. You know, go sightseeing. Check out with the local activities to see what's going on. And hopefully you're somewhere near family, or you've had friends that you've met there, and so it's not like you're just going to some foreign place where you know no one. But it's a wonderful thing when you have planned this and you actually go to live somewhere else 3 to 4 months out of a year. Ooh, it just sounds like fun to me. And if you meet people there, stay connected with those people in your new environment and keep in touch with them. And the people at home, send them postcards, send them pictures, keep in touch with your people in your winter town. And just stay in touch with everyone. And that way, you know, you'll have friends when you come back home. You'll still have your friends that you leave at your new home. And, you know, it may be something you decide where you just want to stay in your new home year round. Who knows? It may become more convenient for you. It may become more inspiring for you to just stay where you are. But you may decide you really like it there, and just you may just move. That's always a option, that you could move to where you're going. And a lot of times people have timeshares, and you can do those timeshares in different spots where it's warmer, and maybe somebody could come and stay in your house if that's what you want, where you do a house swap type deal. That's something that's interesting to do, but I don't know about that. But anyway, that's something you could look into. And whatever you do, make sure that you make your travel plans to return back to your northern environment, and plan. You can either do a round trip where you plan everything right on the spot when you plan to go south. You also plan to come back north at a specific time. I knew somebody who did that, and it seemed to work out perfect for them. And they did that where they left in December and they came back in April. So that is a great thing. And a lot of people who already live south, they may not even know about being a snowbird, or younger people may not have heard about being a snowbird. So it's something that they can think about, where you go and enjoy summer all year round, or spring. And I think it's a wonderful thing. So if this is something that you guys found interesting, make sure you give me a like, a comment, and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel because I have so many things that I get in my head sometimes and I just want to share with you all. And I just hope it's something that's helpful. And I love you all. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.